Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/entitledpeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. Thought y'all might like to hear about the 2-hour-long, knockdown, drag-out fight between my sister and my dad that I had to listen to on Sunday. So my family has shared a cell data plan, something like 40 gigabytes per month. Under typical use, no family of 4 should get close to that figure, but this situation is far from typical. My dad pays for it because it's cheaper to bundle all of ours than to have everyone pay their own accounts. I had been out of town in the middle of nowhere for most of the weekend, so I had no cell signal. As soon as I get back into the city, I get 5 or 6 texts from AT&T that, "You've used all of your data for this bill period. We've added another 1 gigabyte of data for $15. Oh shit, that's almost $100 in overage charges. And we still have a week and a half to go before it renews. I get home and am asked if I was on my phone a lot while I was gone, when I had explained that I didn't even have service, and given that I work remotely, I'm on Wi-Fi 90% of the time. We check the data tracker and find that my sister has used something like 30 gigabytes of data this month. Jesus H. Christ. So she gets home and my dad confronts her about the usage. Immediately, she goes on the attack about her not having Wi-Fi in her room because my dad keeps forgetting to fix it, which is complete bullshit. I measured the network in my room, which is farther from the main router, and it's plenty strong. This is a long story in and of itself, but the long and short of it is that she claimed that she had to use her phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot for her laptop and smart TV and whatever else because the router in the next room didn't reach her room. Of course, she flatly refused to let my dad check her phone or laptop or any of her devices to see if she had set them up incorrectly or something. Well, this led to a massive argument, which thankfully I was cocooned in my room for, in which she absolutely lost her shit. I'm talking shrieking like a fucking banshee, like you've probably never fully witnessed worse than the lunatic Karens we've all seen on video screaming at cops and retail employees. From what I can gather, when she realized that there was no way to justify what she's done, she began blaming absolutely everyone in the house for every single one of her problems. Apparently, she had been using all of her data for navigation when driving to her last job that she quit after having for 1 day, or for Zoom classes at school because of allegedly not having Wi-Fi in her room, or, and this is the real kicker here, for FaceTiming her friends and going on TikTok because the rest of the family is completely emotionally unavailable and she has anxiety, and every one of us always treats her like shit and blah blah blah, and therefore she has to be on TikTok literally all of the time she's free because she has anxiety attacks when she doesn't have some kind of interaction with her friends. I should mention at this stage that all of the family had just spent weeks and thousands of dollars getting the house ready so she could have a big stupid graduation party with all of her friends to try and make up for not getting a normal graduation. At this point, my sister had been screaming at the top of her lungs and calling both of my parents every horrible name she could think of for almost an hour, which my dad pointed out. As if to be a parody of herself, she began absolutely melting the fuck down, saying, while screaming, that my dad pointing out that she'd totally lost it and was impossible to reason with anymore was a trigger for her anxiety. I mean to tell you, she could easily have been mistaken for a low-functioning autistic person at that moment, and I say that as a person with Asperger's. Full-on physical tantrum stomping around the living room, screaming just to scream with no attempt to communicate, beating on the walls, the whole 9 yards. Eventually, after my dad literally got up in her face and told her that he was this close to telling her to take her things and leave, to which of course she responded with more shrieking and wailing, I guess they all collectively got tired of it. My dad went off to his and my stepmom's bedroom, and my sister went to her room to, I guess, have a private discussion with my stepmom. Except it wasn't private, because she kept on bawling her eyes out and crying about how none of us are supportive and how evil and oppressive the family dynamic is and how we always actively try to invalidate her feelings and whatever other guilt-tripping bullshit she could come up with. Honestly, I tuned it out after about a half hour because it had all given me an absolutely splitting headache. The aftermath. Apparently my dad has finally acknowledged that I might know a thing or two about networking. As if the 100% custom PC, Pi-hole, and numerous smart devices that all seem to work correctly wasn't enough proof, as I've been tasked with setting up a private network specifically for my sister. Because she used 3/4 of the entire family's data, her phone has had its data shut off until the next billing cycle. As if the universe just decided, you know what? Fuck you. My phone has also had its data shut off until then because my dad doesn't want to pay any more overage charges, despite the fact that I'm a freelancer and am 100% dependent on having internet access when I'm not at home. Conveniently, my sister got away with not being told to help pay the exorbitant phone bill that she caused, and my parents seem to have collectively forgotten that the argument happened at all. Well, it is very clear as to why she acts like this, because there are zero consequences for her actions. As far as I'm concerned, the parents have absolutely failed at raising this girl, and I completely rest my case with this comment. Why doesn't he kick her out? Because realistically, she doesn't have anywhere to go, and I'm assuming my dad doesn't want that on his conscience. She's currently unemployed after quitting her first real job after one bad day, and she's leasing a mall crawler Jeep as a fashion statement. Seriously, it's lifted with huge tires and tow hooks and shit, and has yet to see an unpaved parking lot, which I find hilarious as the owner of a permanently filthy 4Runner that goes off-road most weekends, and goes out to eat for pretty much every meal, and there's no way she could afford even renting a room. Yes, I'm aware her priorities are not correct. Like, yes, her priorities are incorrect. But so are your parents, because I guarantee she ain't the one paying for that Jeep or eating out. And the fact that she has never had any real responsibility or job is the parents' fault, because she's clearly never been told to do anything. She's sure gonna have a rough time when she has to live in the real world, if she ever has to, because I forgot to add that I read in the comments that OP's sister is 21 years old. 21! Like, I'm sorry, what? Make her pay for her own damn data. I can't even with this one. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that entitled people story, or if it made you as angry as it did for me, please leave a like and subscribe if you want. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!